We got another toenail video for you guys. What is the difference between involuted and ingrown toenails? Is there a difference? Yes, there is. Most of our clients come to us with ingrown toenails, and the thing is, they're actually involuted toenails. I got a story for you. My client today, she came in thinking there was an ingrown that she had, but nope, it was actually involuted. Because 20 years ago, a horse stepped on her foot. I'm gonna actually show her how I have a solution, not a treatment. Yeah, I know you're curious. Go ahead, jump into this video as we talk all things ingrown. In today's demo, I'm excited to introduce you guys to my friend, Angela. She loves feet just as much as I do, and she came all the way to Ohio from Maryland to do education and demos with me. She's fantastic. Let's jump into this involuted toenail. For all my nail technicians who are watching this video, it is within our scope to work on an involuted nail because there's no infection. Now, as soon as the nail becomes ingrown, where we can see signs of swelling and redness, that is all of a sudden red flag. No longer can we work on it, right? Because our scope of work is to prettify the nail, not to do any kind of treatment. However, this is what I love to, and I'm going to show you guys through the video, is I'm going to prep for an Onyfix band. And what this Onyfix band does is it actually helps correct the nail growth. The number one thing that you can do to prevent all of this is proper toenail trimming. That is why I prefer working with flat back nippers versus the traditional toenail clippers. I want that maneuverability. I want to be able to see the edge of my blade, be able to get under that nail curve so that I can ensure that I'm cutting all of the nail, especially when they are very deep like this. I want to use that edge and just take small little micro cuts. This is going to reduce pressure trauma. So pressure trauma can be when you take one of those big chomp, and we crack the nail. Also, when the nail is involuted and hasn't been cut in a while, guess what happens? That nail plate and the hyponychium start to extend. What is this piece of debris that looks like it's in the middle of the toe, and why didn't she remove it? It is because that is the hyponychium, and if I cut the hyponychium, blood! There's gonna be lots and lots of blood. The only thing that I can do is encourage my model into, after she soaks in the tub, is just to gently take an orange wood stick or even her fingernail and to just gently push that back, and over time it is going to regress. If you're still struggling with prep or want more confidence with your service, come learn with me. I teach live and online classes covering topics from dry manicuring to how to become a beauty educator. Plus, you'll also find other Erica-sponsored classes and certifications covering gel application and e-file shaping. Get connected, grow your skill set, and fall in love with the process again. Head on over to Erica's ATA and see where I'll be teaching next. So I'm gonna go in with my Erica's mini diamond file, and I absolutely love these mini diamond files. It's literally a copycat of our large file, but used on the toe makes such a difference. Because we don't have the maneuverability that we have with fingers, this allows us to easily get under those edges so that that jagged rawness, we can just make it nice and smooth. It can get into tight spaces. When you're working with traditional emery boards, they're not as comfortable. They're aggressive, they're thicker. When you're cutting, you're also using that emery board against the skin. And if your client has really compromised skin or like just thin skin to start with, then you can cut your client. Whereas with these diamond files, it has a smooth back. It's very thin to be able to get into those hard to reach places, giving you all of the comfort and ease to get into those hard to reach areas. Now that we have the toes all nicely cut, we have them trimmed, we have them filed, let's pick up our e-file. And my go-to bit for doing all things pedicures on the toes is I'm gonna start with my long and lean diamond bit at 6,000 RPMs. All right, now I start you at 6,000 RPMs, but this can vary depending on your e-file. The idea here is that flat top allows you to evenly distribute the pressure for exfoliation. So if we were using something more with a point, then we would have a greater chance of piercing the skin, which is exactly what we don't want to do. We're using this flat top kind of as like a pusher and an exfoliator just to gently scoop back the live tissue and detach the dead tissue. I love this tool, and you want to run it as low as you can depending on what type of e-file that you have. So this might range between 6, 7, or 8. Allow the bit to exfoliate and then take that bit, especially if you're going to apply gel polish. In this case, we're going to apply an Onyfix band. So I am going to make sure too that at the parallel position, flat to the nail plate, roughing that surface off so that I get a nice prep nail for my product application. I'm going to work with my unicorn bit. Now, the unicorn bit, the speed range is going to vary depending on what I'm trying to achieve. If I'm working in the sulcus area, you can see that right here in the picture, the sulcus area, I'm going to be around 7,000 RPMs because that is a tear zone. The lateral fold is 12,000 RPMs. 7,000 RPMs in the sulcus area, I'm just cleaning up those little folds, but in the lateral fold, if my client has an involuted nail and they have pressure and they are in pain, I'm going to turn my e-file up to about 12,000 RPMs. If the pressure is on the left side, I'm going to run my e-file in the forward direction. If the pressure is on the right side, I'm going to run the e-file in reverse because the idea is that I'm literally flossing out the thickness and the pressure of the toenail, reducing that pressure so that my client has relief. And now to my favorite part, using my excavator to scoop out all of that debris, whether it's dog hair, soap scum, debris from doing all the filing. I don't care what I find in there. I just want to find a lot. I know it's sick. If you're like me and like totally geek out, can watch this for 10 minutes, please tell me I'm not alone in the comments. But this is how you will use your excavator tool. Keep the smooth edge against the skin and use the little like scoopy part to gently remove the loose debris. You're going to start at the base of the nail and always work the tool down, not up and down. We don't want that debris to go up into the nail. We want it to come out. So pull it out at that free edge. You're able to pull, but be very careful. I know some of you are looking at this picture like, Erica, go for that piece right in the middle. Why are you not getting it? And I want us to pause. Because this is hyponychium. It is live tissue. It is not debris. If I continue to pull on that or try to cut it, it is going to bleed. Hyponychium is live tissue. Therefore, we are not going to touch it. Now, the best thing I can do for my client right now is to tell them, hey, when you get out of the shower, when you get out of the bath, if you're able to, take an orange wood stick or even your nail and just gently push back that live tissue. And when I see you again in about 4 weeks, I will be able to cut the toenail, hopefully shorter if they're able to do that. But the hyponychium is only going to grow out as far as the nail plate does. So that is why routine and scheduled maintenance on the feet is extremely important. That's that, you guys. I hope you have enjoyed this process of how to take care of the toenails. And now we are going to get into the Onyfix band. So we've done all the toenail prep. It's a torqueless system, but we're going to actually put this little band, 2 millimeters by 2 millimeters. It looks like a macaroni noodle that we're going to place right at the base of the nail plate. The Onyfix band is going to freeze that new growth so that it grows out straight instead of growing into the curvature of the nail. So it's really defining those tracks so it doesn't want to go deep anymore. And this will take several bands. And it will also be dependent on how severe is the curvature, as well as have there been any lifestyle changes. This is important. I want to make sure that as I'm rolling out the product and patting it, that it stays in a tubular form. It's uniform in shape. It's 2 millimeters wide by 2 millimeters high. And I am placing it as far back to the base of the nail as possible without it touching the skin. All right. And this is great. As a nail technician, you already know how to make pretty nails. So you just kind of think macaroni noodle, back and forth, get it. Once you kind of have the shape, just kind of roll it back, place it there, taper the ends, but you don't want it to have wings. And then take your Onyfix light and cure it for 60 seconds. After that 60-second cure, I'm going to spray some alcohol, clean that little sticky residue off of the band, pull out my favorite Podoexpert mousse, give my client a nice foot rub, and out the door she goes. I'm going to ask to see her back in about 4 weeks just to see how the band's attached, to see what her growth cycle is so that we can come up with a cadence together. And if you guys want more information on this amazing product, reach out to me. I have literally just so many transformation stories where it's not just a transformation physically, but it's also a confidence transformation. My absolute favorite. Anytime I can take care of somebody's feet and they walk out feeling good or happy, and above all things, feeling beautiful and confident in themselves. I absolutely love being a part of that process. This has been so much fun. Big shout out to my friend Angela, who has helped me create this video. You did an awesome job. Thanks for being a part of the team, sister. And if you guys want to see more content like this, I am so happy to do it. Anytime I get the firework finale show where I can scoop out debris underneath somebody's toe and see what magic we can find, I am all in. Go ahead, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!